Welcome to Earth Science A. This video is really to go over how to answer our discussions when you have an assignment that is a discussion. So first, let's take a look at where you can actually see this as an assignment. So we had one that was due last week. So I'll show you what that looks like. I think it was due on Thursday. Yeah, so it was in our trimester introduction, and it looks like this. So this was the 1.01 discussion, and let me open it up. And it says, each of us has had experience with the natural world as it pertains to earth science. Perhaps you have been to a natural park, visited an observatory, tracked the weather on TV, observed erosion, found a fossil, or even surfed on the ocean waves. So you're supposed to introduce yourself and pick one of the ones above or something else that's related to earth science that you found memorable, where you interacted with an aspect of earth science. And then which one would you like? Weather, ocean, natural resources, astronomy, or even earthquakes and volcanoes? What would it be? So that's the prompt. So you'll be writing about that. You should put in at least a paragraph. That means about 5 sentences describing it. When you go to put your response in, you'll click on the topic and it'll take you to this page. Then you will click Start a New Thread. You'll enter in the subject, whatever you want to call it as it relates to the assignment, and then you'll enter in your paragraph. You can put links to different websites, you can put pictures, anything like that in there that you think will add to the discussion. Once you've done that, then you're going to click Post here. And then once you've posted, you'll probably have to go back out and then come back in, but you'll be able to see other students' posts. And you'll want to click on those posts and respond to it. So you'll put in, you'll read the student's response, then you'll put in your response. Please do not put, oh, I really like that. Oh, cool. Don't put that. Put something that is adding to the conversation. So like this student put, I also enjoy seeing marine life. I live close to a zoo that has a very nice aquarium section. So she could even go one step further, giving a link to that zoo. That adds to the discussion. And so every time we have a discussion assignment, it will show up in our content as this little bubble dot right here. And that's how you know it's a discussion. Now, discussions are worth a lot of points. They're worth 20 points. But when you're doing them, you need to make sure that you're actually following the syllabus, or not the syllabus, the rubric. And the rubric is at the end of the syllabus, right here. So initial response to prompt, reply to peers, first round, reply to peers, second round. I actually just count 3. So if you respond to 3 peers, this counts the same. Content, is it highly quality content and reflects good conceptual understanding and a completion of the assigned coursework? And I'll show you an example of that here in a second. Quality post with evidence. So it has to be evidence-based, meaning if it has to do with our lab, you're going to put in there something that reflects the data that you collected in the lab and connects back to the whole goal of the lab. So that is the rubric that I grade on. Okay, so let's go back to content, and I want to show you an example of a discussion that's related to our labs, and not every lab is going to have it. Actually, we want to look in Unit 2 for this one. Island chains, where is it? 2.09, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so 2.09, which we're not even close to yet, but I just want to give this as an example, is a discussion, and it has a prompt that's a little bit more in depth. But the actual writing prompt, you got to click on it, is write a hypothesis that explains how the Hawaiian island chain formed. Share and explain your hypothesis with your classmates. Describe how your data supports or does not support your hypothesis. Respond to a classmate and evaluate their hypothesis after you've done yours. So it's not just that simple, because there is something that you have to do first before you just respond to this. You need to do this ES 2.9 LRD form. So an LRD form is a document that looks like this. Let me download it for you. Okay, so you're going to answer these questions. You're going to save your document. So there's all these questions. You're going to save your document, and then you're going to upload that into the discussion. So it would get uploaded if you clicked on this and you were turning this assignment in, starting your thread. Then you're going to use this piece right here, choose a file from your computer, and you'll click on it and open it. Okay, so let's go back to this document. Okay, so this particular document has graphs that you have to plot, distance versus radioactive age. And, it's an image, so you can't really draw on it, right? So what you can use is your snipping tool. And your snipping tool is this, and you go to your start menu and you look up snipping tool. And you can actually, let me make this bigger. You can actually snip this. So there's just one way to use your snipping tool. Oops. Let's try that again. And with this, there's a pen tool up here, and you can actually draw on it. So you could draw an X or put a line. And it has different colors, so you could blue, red, and black. So you could easily use this particular tool as a way to do your graphing for the LRD for this assignment. But we're not quite there, and we will talk about this a little bit more. We do have to make graphs in our lab this coming Thursday, which we'll be going over in our live lesson. But I just wanted to show you this particular assignment as it relates to our lab report form for discussions and where you turn it in. The regular labs get turned in under the folders and assignments. So if we go to content, let's look up our lab for today or tomorrow. It'll look like this. And that is and it's called an assignment, not a discussion. And so this is just a regular lab report. So when you hear me refer to lab report form, that's what I'm referring to here, and it would get turned into this type of folder. If it is an LRD form, which is lab report discussion form, then that gets uploaded in your discussion. So there's two different ways to do it. Let's see. Oh, so you can access the discussions in the content or through tools. So you click on discussions and it'll come up looking like this. So this was the first one, discussion semester introduction. Click on that, and then you can start your new thread there. The other students they probably won't show up until after you complete your thread. This first discussion, I gave full credit if you did a response, because it's kind of you learning how the discussion board works. The next discussions that you see, I will be grading a little bit more strictly, and I will look at the content more closely. And so my suggestion is that you don't put just one sentence. It needs to be a thoughtful response, at least one full paragraph, if not more. Links, reference to your lab, if that's what it's for, reference to information, additional information. It could be additional websites. So remember, this is a discussion that you would be having in a classroom where you're presenting information or you're adding to the discussion as a group. Okay, if you have any questions on discussions, please step into Science Help. You can also use the raise your hand in the discussions if you have a question. Other students can respond. It can be quite helpful. And then you can also email me and I can try to respond that way. Skype is another way to get a hold of me. And that is it on discussions.